So, confusing stuff going on right now. Toast had his arraignment today, which came out of nowhere, by the way. And it's just adding to this series of really confusing events, and it's turning out more and more confusing all the time. It's going to make a great story someday, I'm sure. But to start over at the beginning, Toast is there. It started with the raid in California. Toast is suspected of downloading child pornography, which he did accidentally. He didn't realize there was child pornography in the file that he downloaded, and they trashed the house. So the lawyers say, well, get ready because it's not going to be long before they come and get you and take you to jail. But 6 years go by. So after 6 years are gone, they finally, after he even moves, across the country to Colorado, they finally come and pick him up, and they throw him into a low security prison where he waits for almost a year and a half now. So this has been 7.5 years since the time that they supposedly were, got evidence or, found out that he had downloaded child porn. 7.5 years now. So he and his lawyer both were thinking about actually going to the court and having them drop the charges on the basis that they're violating his constitutional rights to a speedy trial, because it's been almost a year and a half. He's been sitting in lockdown and nothing's happening, and that's just that's time wasted. That time doesn't go towards his sentence at all. So they get about ready to do this, and Toast is all for it. He's ready. He's like, yep, I'm going to fight this, and we're going to go and hopefully get it dropped. So suddenly now they go, before they can fight it, they go, okay, boom, your arraignment's on Friday. They gave him like 2 days warning. So, the arraignment, here we go. He goes in on Friday, which is today, and he's expecting for them to go in there and then take him and find him guilty and send him to prison for however many years he's going to go to prison for this stupid bullshit. But they don't. During the arraignment, it's brought up that this is an unusual case because so much time has passed, and they let him out. But that's not the end of it, because they're letting him out temporarily so the case can go back to California, so that at some point they can decide whether or not to bring Toast to California to stand trial there. So, as of right now, Toast is back in low security lockdown, just sitting on his heels and, spending life just doing nothing because he can't do anything. Now he's going to wait for California. And his lawyer said that, well, again, that could take years. Or at least a year. I mean, it could take as long as it has already for them to get their shit together and get him a court case. So he could wind up sitting just in low security prison for half of what he would be sentenced to at least, and that time goes nowhere. Just waiting for some dumbass court to do the actual process and bring him in and do what they're supposed to do. So at this point, it's just getting ridiculous. It's getting entirely ridiculous at this point. Nobody knows what's going to happen. However, there is one thing about it. Every day that goes by that Toast isn't, given a sentence or actually charged for anything is another day that they can add to his rights being violated and possibly the charges being dropped. And it's also another day added to any lawsuit that he might file later against the FBI for keeping him sitting around for what potentially could be 2 or 3 years of his life doing nothing and waiting for these bullshit charges to go through. So that's what's going on today. And it's been a kind of a rough week. Between my phone dying, having to get a new phone, and then the stuff with Toast going on, it's been kind of a rocky week. But it's Friday. I'm making it through it. Everything's groovy, and we're continuing on. So we'll see what happens from him here on out. Anyway, yeah. So until my next vlog, and hopefully the next one will have a much more positive things to say. Until then, yeah. Bye.